So, dear colleagues, chers collègues, it falls to me to introduce our keynote speaker, who really needs no introduction. Perhaps it's to reassure you that I'm not the keynote speaker. I wanted to say that there's been much talk of crisis, polycrisis, especially from our speaker this morning. Mais je pense qu'il y a aussi un sentiment, une impression dans la salle, en tout cas moi je le ressens, que nous vivons un moment particulier qui a du potentiel. Thinking in particular from recent appointments by the Prime Minister, where he's drawn from our ranks, il y a des nouvelles stratégies, on parle d'une diplomatie de l'avenir. And for me, it's really exciting engagement and commitment to the making of Canadian foreign policy. And I personally witnessed our Prime Minister's commitment to that on his recent visit to Korea, seizing opportunities as they present themselves. And perhaps we're not letting a good crisis go to waste. And I also had the opportunity last night, I think it's the second time he's been quoted today, Senator Shugart spoke to the Canada-Korea Society last night. Excellent timing. And he really made, he enjoined us all to have purposeful, consistent diplomacy. And so un vrai volontarisme. And I thought that was an appropriate preparation for the day today. So with no further ado, Monsieur le Premier ministre, je vous présente votre équipe internationale. Nous sommes toutes oui. Prime Minister, we eagerly await your views.
Thank you very much, Tamara. C'est un plaisir de te voir à nouveau en si peu de temps. Merci encore pour ton accueil lors de la visite en Corée il y a 3 semaines et merci pour le travail important que tu fais dans une région extrêmement importante. To everyone here tonight, first of all, welcome home. I know you serve all around the world, far from, well, sometimes not immediate families, but extended families and friends and community. And it's extraordinarily appreciated. It is a service that you give to this country that will never be adequately recognized by Canadians here at home, but regularly gets recognized by Canadians in trouble overseas, who you are inevitably there for. Thank you for your service and for your commitment to this country and embodying in so many ways the very best of what this country has to offer the world. This is a consequential moment like we've never seen in our lifetimes. Years of pandemic, war returning to Europe with global consequences, climate change, food and energy insecurity, global inflation, cost of living, authoritarianism gaining ground. These are difficult times. And as our diplomats, Canada needs you more than ever to promote international cooperation and to advance our interests and values and keep at the heart of everything you do the well-being of Canadians. Partout dans le monde, on travaille non seulement à renforcer nos relations avec nos partenaires et nos alliés, mais aussi à créer de nouveaux partenaires et de nouvelles alliances et amitiés. Ces efforts sont notamment au cœur de notre stratégie Indo-Pacifique. On sait que tous les défis mondiaux exigent des solutions mondiales. C'est pourquoi votre travail est si important. Votre travail a un effet réel sur les Canadiens. Vous facilitez le commerce qui permet de créer des emplois et l'échange de connaissances qui rend nos communautés plus sécuritaires. Together, there's a lot of things we need to keep doing. We need to continue to be there for Ukraine with everything we can, as much as we can, and we need to make sure the Global South understands that this is their future Ukraine is fighting for as well. Their sovereignty, their territorial integrity, the pushback against the new form of colonialism that Russia is trying to impose on Ukraine has potential consequences in every corner of the world. And Canada standing strong for Ukraine is Canada continuing to stand strong for the values that underpin free societies everywhere, but also underpin the the decades of peace that the UN Charter has laid out for this world. We must find solutions to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals as fast as possible to build a prosperous and sustainable future for everyone. If we want to truly be the model and example that all countries should aspire to, we need to be consequential in the way we think of that. For decades, Canada and other countries like it would pat ourselves on the back that we have freedom and quality of life and opportunity and all the great things that countries around the world should aspire to, but we never directly acknowledged that we relied for our prosperity and well-being on supply chains that started in places that couldn't even begin to share our values or our responsibilities towards citizens, or the opportunities that we take for granted, or the environmental responsibilities that we now know are core to all of our well-beings. If we are going to be able to succeed in creating real opportunity and future for people around the world, we have to make sure there's opportunities for everyone around the world to live in safe, stable communities, to raise their kids with good education and opportunities for meaningful contribution to community and country in the coming years, a world and a community and a home free from fear, from violence, and prosperity. We need to build a world in which everyone has a real and fair chance to succeed, and we cannot simply sit back and say, well, if we take care of ourselves, everyone else gets to take care of each other. The pandemic, climate change, even the war in Eastern Europe shows that everything is interconnected. Very few people get that as deeply and as core to who we are as Canadians do. We have to continue our work so that Canada can become the energy supplier a net zero world will need, but not just energy, critical minerals, resources, but also solutions around AI, quantum, solutions around robotics, solutions around all the different areas of progress that are unlocking incredible advancements in knowledge. Canada has a key role to play on the full range of solutions that the world needs. And the more we step up, the more we engage, the more we draw in partners in building those solutions, the more we shape the world in a way that is beneficial for Canadians and for everyone. More than ever in this consequential time, this is not a moment to compromise on our values, but a moment to double down on them. I think of our work to advance gender equality and empower women and girls, including by promoting sexual and reproductive health and rights. And as we're beginning Pride Month, I also think of our work to defend 2S LGBTQI+ communities around the world. We all saw recently the anti-gay legislation signed by Uganda's president. It is appalling and abhorrent. Canada will continue to strongly condemn it, but it's not only in Uganda. Everywhere around the world, including in certain communities across Canada, we're seeing attacks on the 2S LGBTQI+ community. We're seeing a backsliding of rights. We're seeing political rhetoric and anger take hold in a way that, quite frankly, a lot of us had hoped we managed to get past over the past decades. And it's not about shying away from these difficult conversations. It's about understanding that we have a really important role to play in standing steadfastly and firmly in defense of fundamental human rights and freedoms that are continually under attack by authoritarianism or by polarisation. Comme je l'ai dit plus tôt, votre travail est plus important, mais aussi plus complexe que jamais. Vous n'êtes pas seulement des ambassadeurs du Canada, mais aussi des ambassadeurs des valeurs canadiennes partout dans le monde. Alors continuez d'être audacieux. Continuez de vous battre pour nos valeurs. Continuez d'être là pour dire haut et fort qu'on peut toujours faire mieux quand vient le temps d'améliorer les droits de la personne. When I appointed Minister Joly to her role, I asked her to lead Canada's efforts to address global challenges. Glad to hear that the Future of Diplomacy report has now been released, and that you will be spending the next couple of days focused on the recommendations. Canada needs a state-of-the-art foreign ministry fit for the challenges of today and tomorrow. We need to be faster, more creative, and better able to manage complexity and operate in an increasingly digital environment. And I know there is no greater group to lead in this challenge than all of you right now. You took on a lifetime of service to this country in ways that have been extraordinary throughout your careers, and I need you to continue to step up. Canadians need you to continue to step up. The world needs you to continue to step up as we show that there is so many reasons to be optimistic about the future, to be ambitious for what we're going to be able to achieve together, and always excited about the opportunities it comes when we serve together this extraordinary flag. Merci beaucoup, mes amis.